I don't think I've single-handedly been more disappointed in a product release than I have with the iPad mini 7. Simply because if you know me, you will know how much I have loved the iPad mini 6, and considering the fact that we were going on 3 years before getting this update, I was really hoping for something substantial so I could upgrade this iPad and continue loving the iPad mini. But that's simply not the case. In this video, I want to take a look at both perspectives. So if you're somebody that doesn't have an iPad mini at all, and you are waiting for the iPad mini 7 launch to make a decision, should you actually buy it? And then also from the perspective of those of us that have the current iPad mini 6, whether or not this is the right upgrade for us. So let's start with, if you currently have an iPad mini 6, I have a pretty simple setup with my iPad mini 6. I've got a matte glass screen protector, I've got the smart folio cover, I've got an Apple Pencil Generation 2. So I went into the Apple store and I actually dropped my iPad mini 6, so it has like a slight ding in the corner, but from what I was told, it wouldn't be a problem. So the trade-in value on this would be $230. Now, my only problem with that is that the new iPad mini 7 only works with either the USB-C Apple Pencil or you have to get the Pencil Pro. So this Pencil second generation just becomes useless for me. So I would have to buy another Apple Pencil, and because I would have to do that now, instead of that additional $270 that I would have to spend to buy the iPad mini 7, now I've also got to factor in the fact that I need to buy an Apple Pencil again. But as I'm standing there, I was like, you know what? If I was to trade this in, buy a new pencil, and upgrade to the iPad mini 7 with all these, minor things, then am I not becoming part of the problem? So if we just take our devices every year or every couple of years to Apple and allow them to make these minor improvements, and again, you might be of the camp that thinks that, you know what, Apple Intelligence A17 Pro, this is wonderful, I love it. I'm not from that camp, okay? And I don't want to be part of the problem by being someone that trades in the iPad mini 6, spends that extra money, because now I'm doing exactly what Apple wants of me. I'm telling Apple that, you know what, you can sit there every 3 years and give me a few minor updates and I will happily give you my old device and buy another one from you. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to sit here, and I've heard this so many times, and I swear it drives me crazy, the fact that if we take a deeper dive into the iPad mini 7, you have this and you have this and you have... Come on, let's be real. Let's look at things on the surface. You know what? When Apple Intelligence does finally start rolling out, Apple Intelligence is something that's going to be built up just like Siri was. Remember when Siri came out? It was amazing, right? Everybody was so excited. Oh, you finally have like a personal assistant on your phone, blah, blah, blah. But Siri took a lot of time to build up. Same thing's going to happen with Apple Intelligence. So if you have the iPad mini 6, don't sit here and think that you're going to be missing out on this and that and all these new features and stuff, which you can already just download a few different apps onto your iPad mini 6 and you'll be able to do it. So for me, and if you agree with me, and hopefully you do, and you might differ, and that's totally fine, drop it in the comments below. I just don't think that it's fair to give up the iPad mini 6 to Apple, pay them more money, and get an iPad mini 7, which should have had way more upgrades after 3 years of just sitting and waiting. This by far was something I was so excited for, more than the new iPhones, because they're not even making my iPhone mini anymore, right? This is the one I like, so they're not even doing anything with that, and I was fine. I was like, whatever, I'll hang on to it. But they really dropped the ball on this one for me, and I just can't, as much as I want to, I just can't justify the upgrade. Now that is just one part of the equation, and one of the reasons why I don't want to upgrade, because there's a list of reasons. You simply just don't have enough upgrades to make this a justifiable purchase. Now I actually game on this iPad mini 6. I have the Gamesir G8 Plus controller, And that is just like just the right size to be compatible with the Mini 6. But you want to know what takes gaming to the next level is a pro display. The high refresh rate. Like playing Call of Duty Mobile is going to be so much fun. Doing video edits is going to be so much more fun. And I would have happily signed up and traded in my iPad mini 6 immediately if we got the Pro display. And I just don't understand why we got the Pro pencil, we got the Pro chip, but we don't get the Pro display. Because the A17 Pro is also really efficient. So that automatically improves your battery life. So when you're doing those like less intensive tasks, a Pro motion display is not only good for those like faster refresh rates, but also being able to scale down. Scale down for when you're just reading something. So let's say you're reading a book, the display can even go at a lower rate than the 60 hertz, which further improves efficiency. And on an iPad like this, that would have just taken it to the next level. At the same time, with the A17 Pro, you even get faster USB-C speeds. So going back to video editing, I could literally connect my flash drive into here and do like small video edits on the move, which is something that I've shown on the Pro iPads, but I've never been of that camp because they can't fully become like a Pro computer for me, right? So that would have just been a game changer. I swear, like, I can't believe that Apple did this. Now, what if you're on the flip side of things, right? You were sitting on the sideline, you were looking at the iPad mini 6, and as attractive as it was, you were like, you know what? I'm going to wait for the iPad mini 7. I know there's a lot of people like that because a lot of comments on my iPad mini 6 videos was like, hey, Q, do we wait? What should I do? And I was telling everyone to wait. Why? Because that was a smarter move. With the iPad mini 6 at its tail end of the cycle, it just made sense to wait for the iPad mini 7. And if you were waiting, you got lucky. Matter of fact, I was just looking on Amazon today. If you are wanting a Starlight one, a purple one, or any color other than the space gray, you can apply a coupon and it's actually $400, which is a really good deal. So if you've been sidelined, iPad mini 7, hands down, you are good to go for several years. If I can go several years with this iPad mini 6 and still be happy, like I have zero complaints. But see, me, I wish I was like you. I wish I didn't have the iPad mini 6 or the Pencil 2nd generation, and I would have happily gone and bought the iPad mini 7 simply because the A17 Pro, not only is it a powerful chip, you'll have Apple Intelligence, but you'll also get really good gaming performance, really good performance in terms of like video edits or any kind of like pro apps, right? So that's a huge plus. On top of that, it's a really efficient chip, so you're going to get great battery life. Then you have the faster USB-C port. You still have Touch ID. The display, it's the same old one. It's not like this display is a bad one. I haven't really had any issues with this whatsoever, but just again, if it had the Pro display, that would have made it such a better deal. But since you don't have an iPad mini, then the iPad mini 7 is a no-brainer. Now, to wrap things up, if you don't have an iPad mini 6 or 7, go out, buy the iPad mini 7. And if you are currently on an iPad mini 6, wait till it dies out on you. Like, you know, for me too, like if this falls apart, let's say I damage it with some water damage, or I don't know, something happens that this becomes unusable for me, then yeah, the iPad mini 7 is going to be the right decision to move on to. But I just simply can't be part of the problem by just giving Apple an old device and updating to a new device that really doesn't give me much more. So, you know, be responsible with your tech purchases and buy what's going to suit you the best, because you'll be really happy, because tech is always changing. It's a very fast industry. There's always going to be something new. So don't get caught up in fear of missing out on anything. You're not missing out on anything. Enjoy the tech that you have. This is a 13 mini, 3 years old, wonderful device. This is an iPad mini 6, wonderful device. These are my two main devices and I love them, and I will continue to enjoy them until they completely fall apart on me. I really hope that whether you don't have an iPad mini or you are someone that has an iPad mini 6 and you are looking to see what you should do, I really hope this helps you. I wanted to give you just my honest thoughts and really help you decide what is right for you. So let's continue this chat down below in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you need any further advice. I'll be happy to help. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up because that helps the algorithm know that this is a good video. So if you could do that for me, I would really appreciate it. And most importantly, like always, take care and I will see you in the next video.